Don't let your perception of yourself stop you from getting where you need to be. Today we're going to talk about your perception of yourself, right? And I'm gonna be candid. I'm gonna be transparent as usual, because I'm gonna use me for example, right? Let's get into it. So I've said it before and I continue to say it, and I know they say words have power and you shouldn't speak all of that. But as for now, this is my reality, and I'll work on that other part of it. Like I said, I've said it a lot of times. I've grew up insecure because I grew up heavy, or I grew up fat. So I was insecure. Some things happened to me when I was younger, which made me more insecure. And trust issues and all of that kind of stuff, right? But let's move past that. That's where I'm coming from. So with all of that being said, I have a different perspective of myself than people on the outside have. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because I see myself as still that fat kid, or that kid what that happened to, or that kid that wasn't popular, or that kid that was shy, and that kid that was awkward, and all of that type of stuff, right? Even though I'm at this big age of mine, I still see myself mentally as that kid, right? So when somebody on the outside say it differently, and they do, you know what I'm saying? I've been told that I'm a handsome man. Now the crazy part about it is, I know that I look like my dad, right? I know my pa was handsome, right? But my daddy wasn't a big man. He had broad shoulders, but he was in shape pretty much. And that's kind of where the disconnect comes in, because I've been told my whole life, boy, you look just like your pa. Boy, this like your pa, that like your pa, right? But I could never see that until I got older and I looked back at pictures of him and then pictures of me side by side or whatever. Facial features, yes. But it's still a disconnect because he was never fat. I was always, that's where I'm going, right? And I'm going there for a reason. And I'm not going to be that long, so just follow me for a couple of minutes or a second or so, whatever. So, like I said, I've been told that I've had people to call me, hey, handsome face, or handsome. That's a new thing, I think, because this girl I dated, that's what she used to call me all the time. Hey, my handsome face, all that kind of stuff. And I've heard it from different females, right? You so handsome, you so this, you that, whatever. I don't get caught up in that because I don't, for lack of a better word, I don't believe that. But it's weird, and that's why I'm saying this. You know what I'm saying? As far as perception, right? Because I can agree that I look like my dad, but I can agree with that's the crazy side of it, and that's where I'm going. So, on top of the fact that I have other gifts, right? Like I've said before, I'm good with my hands. I'm a singer. I know that's a gift from God. That's not to brag or boast or my ego. That's to prop up God and what He gave me, right? So I don't take nothing away from that. Now I always wish I could be better. I always wish I could do this. But a gift is a gift, and it's a gift. So my point in saying all of that is, there were a lot of different things in life that I could have accomplished. There were a lot of different places in life I could have gone. There was a lot of times where I could have had different relationships and felt like, oh no, she too this for me or she too that for me. I shouldn't have thought that. I should have never thought that way. But we're not talking about that. That's a ego driven side of life, in my opinion anyway. But it's a real thing. Because as young men, we want to be the popular guy. We want to be able to talk to any girl we want to talk to. We want to be able to be called handsome and witty, and like we all knew them people that was either the jock and had all of the girls, or either the funny guy, he had all of the girls, or whatever the situation. You know what I'm saying? And we all at one point in life wanted to be that person. As we get older, we realize that's not important, but we've all been there. Let's just say that, right? So I'm saying this video to somebody who might feel that way or have felt that way before. Because if you don't know, you just don't know. If you know, you know. And the only way to know is to have lived it, right? So like I was saying, don't let your perception of yourself stall you out or cancel you out of situations like, oh, I can't do that, I can't, because your mind will tell you those type of things. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, let's use auditions for an example, because if you know, you know, and if you don't, I'll tell you. I used to, well, I still sing, but I used to do a little TV here and there, right? A lot of times, I probably could have gone on more auditions. I probably could have auditioned more for singing. I probably could have auditioned more for TV shows and auditioned for even movies and stuff like that. The sky is really the limit when you in that business, right? But it's really up to you and your agent to get you as far as you need to get. But the first person it's up to is you, because you have to believe in you. You understand? But if I got this thought in my mind that, oh no, I'm too fat, first thing they're going to tell me if I go to this audition is I'm too fat. I need to lose some weight. Even if I read the part better than anybody there, I done already canceled myself out in my own mind. So what you think them people going to do? They going to see that, because that shows. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm not confident. I'm not as confident as I should be. So now I'm looking down, I'm looking away, I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying, I hope this happened, and I don't know, and I'm scared and I'm nervous and I'm not the one for. No, you gotta walk in there and know that I'm that one. I'm gonna get this. This is me right here. But I didn't have that. And the crazy part about it is my daddy taught all of us that. We could never in our lives when my dad was living, there was no time ever to be able to say, I can't do this. I can't. Can't wasn't in our vocabulary. That's what he said to us. I don't ever want to hear you say can't. I don't care what it is. Right? And he always taught us that you're this and you're that and you can do everything, and you whatever you decide, whatever you think about, that's what we were taught. But because of life and because of other stuff, that's how I ended up on this side of town where I'm at. The insecurities and the doubt and the shame and all that kind of stuff, right? It can take control of your life. It can cause you not to do a lot of things that you could have done or wanted to do, or even was I say in some cases called to do. You know what I'm saying? Because even now, I know my voice is anointed. I know that. It ain't no doubt about it. It ain't no question. It's not me. It's not all the hours I spent on it. It's none of that. It's an anointing on it that God gives. But if I let go totally and forget about the insecurities, forget about messing up, forget about making a mistake, forget about who watching me, forget about all of that, Lord have mercy. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I can say about that. And I know this. But because of that other side, it's hard for me to do that. And my wife tell me all the time, and I've had other people tell me, stop quenching the spirit. Because I'll cut a song off real quick. You know what I'm saying? And my minister of music right now today, the song will get going and it'll be getting good and the people will be into it. Not into me, but into the spirit, into it. Just getting into it. And I'll hold that hand up like it's time to end it. And she'll sit over there like, nope, we ain't doing that. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm using that to say that even in that, right? God may be wanting to use that moment, or the Holy Spirit might want to move in that moment. But because of all of my insecurities and who watching me and who looking at me saying, ooh, he fat. Them people ain't worrying about no fat boy. Them people ain't worrying about none of that. Them people trying to get ushered into the spirit. That's what they trying to do. And at that moment, that might be what God is trying to do and the Holy Spirit is trying to do. But I'm quenching it because I'm thinking about who watching me and what kind, and if I'm gonna make a mistake and if I'm gonna miss a word or two, or if I'm gonna miss a cue or miss a key or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna be talking about, bruh, when I tell you I'm transparent, everything that I talk about, I live or I've lived. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about me is it's hard as hell to let go of anything. I hold on to stuff since I've been a kid and can remember. You understand what I'm saying? And I said that to say what I was just saying, to reiterate, either it's something that I've lived or I live. And when I say I hold on to stuff, that means stuff that happened as a kid, I still live right now today in my head. Because that's where I live at, in my head. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that those are the type of things that can stop you when it comes to your perception of yourself. And we all have it to some extent. Because I've met girls, and I know a lot of people can attest to it and they've seen it. We've all met a girl that was like the prettiest thing we ever seen in the world. But she got something about her body or her face or her physical attributes that she don't like. Tell me I'm wrong. Just tell me I'm wrong and prove to me that I'm wrong. It ain't gonna happen, because it's just like bulimia. Being a bulimic. And that's another side. I've lost weight like I've lost weight. I can show you pictures that my whole life I've gone up and down. Whenever I've gotten tired, I'll just lose a bunch of weight and maintain for a little while and then just forget about it and get back to wherever. But even when I lost the weight and everybody was saying, some people were saying good, some people were saying bad. Because one time I lost weight, I left home to go to California and I lost a lot of weight. And I did it by doing gym and exercise, gym and nutrition. So I wasn't on anything. I did it. But as soon as I go back home to visit, thinking everybody going to say, oh, look at Adam, he did good. Excuse me, the first thing people were saying, oh, he on that shit. That's how people, though. That's how they do. I mean, he done went out there and got on that shit, and he this and he that and the third. But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making about that is, it's the same as bulimia, right? People can get super skinny, and they don't even realize how skinny they are because it's a mental thing. Because they still see their bodies the way they were. Just like when I lost the weight and everybody was complimenting and saying, man, you did such a good job. Well, it was two sides to that because, like I said, some of them other ones was talking about me. But the whole point I'm making is that even though I had lost the weight, I still felt fat. I still felt like I was fat. Even though I was physically stronger and physically thinner and physically everything, my mind still felt like, man, I wish I could get down some more. I'm fat. It's a crazy thing. It's the craziest thing. But it's the way our minds work sometimes. It's perception of self. And there are a lot of times where we overcome something or we get to a different place in life, but we still have that same mentality or that same perception. And it's hard to shake. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to stunt. It's hard to shake. You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of cases, it's because we are more critical of self. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying about the pretty girls, you can see a girl or talk to a girl or be friends with a girl and be, man, you so fine and you so pretty and you so this. First thing she gonna tell me is, I don't like my this. I don't like my that. I wish my boobs wasn't so big, or I wish, what? I'm sorry, I'm a boob man. But I'm just saying, I've had, bruh, I done, not to put my baby mamas and them out of that, but one of my baby mama had a reduction. And I understand it was for medical reasons because her back was hurting. I understand all of that. But again, I'm a boob man. And I don't want to get off topic, but I got to just say this. And that was my reaction. Like, what? What did you do? We weren't together anymore, but still, you know what I'm saying? I guess she was proud and she wanted to show me. I ain't want to see that. No, I'm just playing, but for real. But my point in saying that is something I'm so enamored with and something we're all into, not just me, you, anybody else, that we're all into. Boy, she got a don't, or she got this. She might think it's too big, or she got some nice rack. She gonna think it's too big. Or she got just the perfect amount for somebody else. She gonna think they're too small. It's always something. Why do you think all the women now are getting tummy tucks and BBLs and face work, and everybody wants to change who they are, even though we see them as like, that's the prettiest thing I done seen. She don't see it that way. Bro, you got dudes out here getting pecs and shit, getting calf muscles and shit, like really getting surgery for this type of shit, right? That ain't no coincidence. That's because the same thing I'm talking about is the same thing that a lot of people go through. Now, for the ones who don't, and there are some that don't, and they happy with who they are, and they good and all of that, I'm not even talking to you. This ain't even about you. I'm happy for you, actually, because this other side is a rough way to live. Trust me when I tell you. But, like I said, don't let your self-perception rob you of some of the things that you can experience, or some of the things that you can do, or some of the things that you can have, or some of your whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because it can do that. And like I said about the auditioning and stuff like that, that's one of the closest things that I can mention, because that was something that I believe I could have truly done. I feel like even now today, I have what it takes to do that, like stage plays and acting and different stuff like that, because it's in me. It's been in me since I've been a kid. I can remember myself, like y'all know back in the G, we used to do the karate movies, the Bruce Lees and the karate movies and the cowboy movies, cowboys and Indians. I used to dream of myself making movies, like bro, you do this and I'm gonna do that and we gonna do this and we gonna. That ain't in me for no reason. You understand? That's where I'm going. That's not in there just as a coincidence. That's not. I know for a fact that had I did the work, I could have been in the industry. Whether it was as an actor or director or writer or whatever, I can do it. I know I can do it. Not because I'm so this and I'm so that. It's something that's been in me. Just like singing. It's been in me since I've been a kid. I can remember when I was super, super young and I used to try to make movies. Let's make a karate movie. Let's make a, you know what I'm saying? Even though we were just playing, in my mind, we were making a movie. Like these karate movies, like these cowboy movies. It's just something that's been in me. But again, because of my perception of self and because of my insecurities, and I'm too fat and I'm too this and I'm too that and I'm too all this other shit, I feel like I robbed myself. You know what I'm saying? Now, did I turn out okay? Yeah, my life is cool. I'm grateful for everything that's in it and everything that I have. You know what I'm saying? But just picture on the other side, we've all heard that saying, if you do something you love, it's not like work. Picture that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all be easy. One love.